Right, this is 5.2 example number 3, modeling real life. It says you plant a cypress tree that is 10 inches tall. Each year, its height increases by 15 inches. The first question says write an expression that represents the height in inches after Y years. And then B says what is the height after 9 years? So we need to take a look back at the problem and make sure we truly understand it. It says you plant a cypress tree that is 10 inches tall. So what that means is that from the second year planting it, it's already 10 inches. And then on top of that, every year it's growing 15 inches. So the 10 inches at the beginning is always going to remain the same. So when I have to write an algebraic expression that represents the height in inches after Y years, I know that I'm going to start with 10. Because as you can see up here, the tree's already 10 inches tall when it is planted. And then every year we are going to add 15 inches. Now I am going to add 15 here. And there's something I'm missing, right? Because 10 plus 15 isn't going to give us the height in inches after certain amounts of years. I'm going to add in my y after the 15. I'm going to explain why. Well, it starts with 10 inches, and then every year I'm going to add 15 inches times however many years there are. So for 1 year, and I'll write that off to the side, 1 year would be 10 plus 15 times 1, right? And that would equal 25 inches. So after 1 year, 25 inches. Let's try 2 years. We would start with our original 10, that hasn't changed, plus 15 times 2 now because it's been 2 years. And that would be 30, right? Because we do our multiplication first. So 30 plus 10, which would equal 40 inches. Now, one way we can kind of double check our work is see, it's supposed to be growing 15 inches every year. Did it grow 15 inches from the first year to the second? Yep, it did. Let's try 3 years, just to make sure we have this down. We start with our original 10, and then we add 15 times 3. And we have to remember our PEMDAS rules. So it's not 10 plus 15 times 3. We always start with our multiplication. 15 times 3, that's 45, plus 10 is 55. And that would be 55 inches. Did it increase 15 inches from year 2 to 3? It did. So that would be our expression. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and highlight it. 10 plus 15y. And the y represents years. So once we have this, we can solve for any amount of years. It's asking us for 9 years, but we could do 5 years, we could do 15 years, we could do 100 years. Once we have that expression down, we are set. So it says, what is the height after 9 years? I'm going to go ahead and move this up. And I'm going to start with my original expression, so 10 plus 15y. And the years is represented by this y here, right? So we're going to plug that 9 into the y. I'm going to get 10 plus 15 times 9. Again, we have to remember our PEMDAS rules or this, or else we won't get the correct answer. So we are going to now do the multiplication. So we're going to do 15 times 9, and that's 135. And then I'm going to add those together, 10 plus 135, and that is 145 inches. So if you have a tree that starts at 10 inches and it grows every year by 15 inches, then by year 9, it will be 145 inches.